Most historians agree on history's greatest commanders: Caesar, Alexander, Napoleon. One name belongs on their list, but almost no one in the West has ever heard of him. 2,000 years ago, the greatest military genius China ever produced. A man who never lost a single battle walked into a palace. He was lured there by a letter, written by the one person he trusted most in the world. Inside the palace, he was ambushed, bound, and executed. No trial, no sword, no battlefield, no dignity. His name was Han Xin. And the most terrifying part of this story is that he saw it coming. Every single step of the way, he saw it coming. And he walked in anyway. Let me tell you where this story really begins. Not on a battlefield, in a marketplace. Han Xin is in his 20s. No money, no job, no family. His mother had just died, and he was so poor, he couldn't afford a proper burial. He wandered the streets, surviving on handouts from strangers. One day, a local butcher, surrounded by his friends, spots Han Xin walking with a sword at his side. He blocks his path. You carry a sword like you are somebody, but you are nothing. Prove it, stab me. Or get down on your hands and knees and crawl between my legs. The entire marketplace is watching. Han Xin looks at the butcher, looks at the crowd, and gets down on his knees. He crawls through. The crowd erupts in laughter. The butcher is satisfied. Han Xin stands up, says nothing, and walks away. Most people hear this story and think, coward. It's completely wrong. A man who would later command 1 million soldiers and never lose a single battle. In that moment, he would obviously kill the butcher in 1 second. But he chose mercy, and he chose not to get himself into legal trouble. That's not weakness, that's the coldest kind of calculation. But here's the question I keep coming back to. When does knowing your own worth become the thing that blinds you? Fast forward a few years, China is at war. The old empire had collapsed. Two men are fighting for control of everything, Liu Bang and Xiang Yu. Han Xin joins Xiang Yu's army first. He has ideas, brilliant ones. He brings them to Xiang Yu repeatedly. Xiang Yu ignores every single one. So Han Xin walks away. He joins Liu Bang instead. Same result. Nobody noticed him. He's given a minor post, essentially a clerk. The man who would see the entire chessboard of war fighting paperwork. He lives again, disappears into the night. But this time, something different happens. Liu Bang's chief minister, Xiao He, hears that Han Xin has left, and without telling anyone, without asking permission, he rides after him, alone, in the middle of the night. The next morning, someone runs to Liu Bang in a panic. Your prime minister has deserted. Liu Bang is furious. Xiao He was his most trusted advisor, his right hand. Losing him felt like losing both arms at once. 2 days later, Xiao He returns. Liu Bang demands, "Why did you run?" Xiao He says, "I didn't run. I went to chase someone." Who? Han Xin. Liu Bang's response is almost funny. Dozens of generals have deserted. You didn't chase any of them. Why him? And Xiao He says something I think about all the time. Those generals you can find anywhere. Han Xin is one of a kind in the entire world. If you want to stay a regional king, you don't need him. But if you want to fight for everything, there is no one else. Think about that. Xiao He is telling his king, this unknown man, this nobody you never even noticed. He is the difference between being a king and ruling the world. Liu Bang listens. What happens next is almost impossible to believe. Han Xin, the man nobody wanted, is appointed supreme commander of Liu Bang's entire army. The other generals are furious. Who is this person? Why him? Then he starts winning. Wei destroyed. Zhao, at the Battle of Jingxing, facing an army of 50,000, Han Xin placed his own troops with their backs to a river. No retreat possible. His officers thought he'd lost his mind. He won in a single morning. Yan surrendered without a fight from reputation alone. Qi taken. And finally, the last battle. Xiang Yu, the man who had ignored Han Xin's ideas for years, is trapped, surrounded, his army collapsing. Han Xin doesn't just defeat him, he orders his soldiers to sing the folk songs of Xiang Yu's homeland, filling the night of air with the sounds of home, breaking the enemy's spirit before a single sword is drawn. Xiang Yu hears those songs in the dark and believes his people have already fallen. He takes his own life. In 4 years, Han Xin went from a man crawling through a butcher's legs to the general who decided who would rule China. And Liu Bang knew it. That was exactly the problem. Here's where the story turns. While Han Xin is at the height of his power, commanding hundreds of thousands of troops, holding the balance of the entire war in his hands, his strategist comes to him with a warning. The warning goes something like this. You are too powerful. Liu Bang needs you right now, but the moment he doesn't need you, you become a threat. The only safe move is to break away, declare independence, create a third power. Neither Liu Bang nor his enemy can defeat you. You hold all the cards. Han Xin listens. He thinks about it. Then he says, Liu Bang had treated me well. He gave me his own coat when I was cold. He gave me food from his own plate when I was hungry. I cannot betray someone who has been good to me. I've read this exchange many times, and every single time I feel the same thing, this specific kind of dread. Because what Han Xin just described, that's not loyalty. That's a man who needed to be seen, who needed to be valued, who waited his entire life for someone to recognize him, and when Liu Bang finally did, that recognition became something he couldn't let go of. He wasn't protecting Liu Bang, he was protecting the feeling of being chosen. The coat, the food from his plate. Liu Bang gave him those things strategically. Han Xin held onto them like they were the most precious things in the world. Every workplace had a version of this moment. Someone warning you, the person you're loyal to will not protect you when protecting you becomes inconvenient. And you know they're right, and you stay anyway. The war ends. Liu Bang wins. China is unified. Han Xin is made king of Chu, the highest honor. He returns in triumph to the region where he grew up, where he had nothing, where the butcher humiliated him. He finds the man who made him crawl through his legs. He gave him a government position, not revenge, a job, a decent life. I've never been completely sure what to make of this. Was it wisdom, genuine forgiveness, or something more complicated? A man who needed the world to see that he had risen so far above that moment, it no longer touched him. Maybe all three, maybe none. What do you think it was? Within months of victory, Liu Bang moves. He arrives at Han Xin's territory under the pretense of a friendly visit and arrests him without warning. No trial, no formal accusation, the charge is vague. Han Xin is stripped of his kingdom, demoted to a minor title, his army gone, his power gone. He reportedly said afterward, just as they said, when the birds are gone, the good bow is put away. When the rabbits are dead, the hunting dog gets cooked. He knew, he had always known. And yet, when the letter comes, he still goes. Liu Bang is away, fighting a rebellion in the north. Someone accuses Han Xin of conspiring with the rebels. The Empress needs to act. But Han Xin is a military genius. Even stripped of his army, even disgraced, she doesn't dare confronting him openly. So she asks Xiao He, the man who once rode through the night to bring Han Xin back, to write him a letter. The letter says, "The rebellion has been surprised. Come to the palace. We celebrate together." Han Xin reads the letter. It's from Xiao He, the only man who had ever truly recognized his worth, the man who risked everything to chase him down in the dark, who told the king that he was irreplaceable. Han Xin goes. Inside the palace, soldiers are waiting. He is seized, bound, and killed, without trial, without a single word of accusation spoken to his face. Some historical accounts describe the manner of his death as technically honoring an old promise Liu Bang had made, that Han Xin would never be killed by a sword. The specific details are disputed. What isn't disputed? There was no dignity, there was no last chance to speak. His last words, according to the records, "I should have listened to the warning. I was deceived by someone I trusted. Is this not the will of heaven?" Not rage, not a curse, regret. The most painful kind, where you can see, with perfectly clarity, exactly where it went wrong. And you know that you knew. The whole time, some part of you knew. Here's what I keep thinking about. Han Xin crawled through that butcher's legs because he understood in that moment that his time hadn't come yet. He refused to break away because a cold and a shared meal made him feel, for the first time in his life, that someone saw him. He walked into that palace because the letter was signed by the one person whose recognition had started everything. He wasn't killed by the Empress. He wasn't killed by Liu Bang. He was killed by the part of him that never stopped being the hungry, overlooked boy. The one who just wanted someone to say, "You matter." Your greatest strength, the thing that makes you exceptional, is almost always rooted in your deepest wound. Han Xin commanded 1,000,000 men without fear, but he could never command the part of himself that needed to be chosen. Here's what I want to know. His advisor told Han Xin exactly what was going to happen. He laid it out with perfect clarity, and Han Xin chose to stay loyal anyway. Was that a fatal mistake, or was it the most human thing he ever did? Tell me in the comments.